Hola amigos y amigas, you are now with Jocelyn, and as always, I am so grateful that you are here, that you press play on one of my videos, and that you are visiting my channel. If you are a returning subscriber who has been watching these weekly energy readings that I release every single Sunday, welcome back. I am so grateful and honored that you come back to these weekly energy readings. I hope that you are able to more easily navigate through the coming week as your higher self and just understand what energies you may be confronted with. And if you are new here, welcome. I am again so grateful that you are here and that you align with this video. I always pray to my angels, ancestors, spirit guides, the universe, the Most High, God, that those who are meant to align with these messages, those that are meant to listen to these messages, align with this video. So if you align with this video, if you align with my channel for the first time, then these messages may be something that you need to hear. So I release these weekly energy readings, like I mentioned, every Sunday with the intention to just gain a higher understanding of what the overall energy is for the week to come and how we can best navigate it, how we can best navigate just the week and us embodying our higher selves and being aware of what it is that we need to surrender, what it is that we need to be mindful of. So I honestly look forward to doing these readings every week. It's like become a part of my routine, and up until this point I haven't felt like I'm not in the energy space to do a reading, because like I've mentioned before, if I'm not feeling it, like if I'm not feeling centered and grounded to do a reading, then I'm not going to do it, because I really fully feel like it's important for the channeler, the messenger, to be in a space where they can properly be a vessel, a pure vessel to receive these messages. So I have done my ritual and my routine before coming to you and being in front of the camera. I've cleansed my space, I've smudged, I've cleansed myself, I've showered, I've done all of that good stuff. So we are ready to go. What is the overall energy for the week to come? We do have a full moon, I believe, in Capricorn this coming week, and I'm honestly really excited because there's still this energy of like needing to release and to let go, but like it's starting to feel lighter. I'm not sure if you all are feeling the same in certain aspects of the word, right? Like with lightness, like with release, also sometimes comes grief, which is natural. But let's see what what our guides and angels and ancestors have to say. So what is the overall energy for the week to come? What is the overall energy for the week to come? What is the overall energy for the week to come? What is the overall energy for the week to come? What is the overall energy for the week to come? Okay, so I believe, I don't think it was this past week, but recently we've gotten the Star Ancestor card to follow the voice of your soul. And I've been mentioning this, and I don't think I'll ever stop mentioning this, but y'all, prioritize being in tune with your intuition every single day. Connect with your intuition. Ask yourself, do I feel centered with myself? Do I feel rooted in my being? Do I feel grounded? Am I really listening to the voice of my soul? am I really listening to my intuition, or am I listening to the voice of my ego? Am I listening to a voice or voices that do not belong to me, that are in my space, that are in my auric fields, and have not yet been cleansed? Be so mindful of that. And I think we're just being continuously reminded to follow the voice of our soul, to really connect with our intuition. And we also got to be fearless and stand strong, to have this warrior energy. For some of you, perhaps you may have been feeling like you really have to stand tall in your boundaries, and like really claim stepping into this new version of yourself, and not allowing past version of yourselves to pull you back, not allowing past thought patterns or beliefs or relationships that you've been putting in work to heal from, to bring you back to I guess in a way like revert you back to your old ways. There's like a specific word that I'm looking for, but this like need to like really claim your progression and make sure that you're not regressing backwards. We are all experiencing and have the opportunity to experience a really big transformational phase in our own personal lives. And for those of us who have been allowing that, for those of us who have been surrendering to that transformation, we're being called to like really be fearless and to stand strong in our boundaries, to really be fearless in pursuing our ideas and pursuing our passions and things that we're feeling called to do, but also don't know exactly how it's all going to play out or how it's all going to work out. I think that's what comes with following the voice of your own soul, of going to the being on the beat of your own drum. I think I didn't word it exactly right, but y'all, walking down your own path and really investing in your own journey and trusting it is unconventional. It is the black sheep. It is the uncommon. It does come with uncertainty, and it does require us to embody this warrior-like energy where it's like, you know what? I know that this isn't the normal thing to do. I know that I don't know exactly how this is going to play out. I know that this isn't what everyone else is doing. I know that me doing this is going to be very unconventional and it's going to be out of the ordinary, but I am trusting myself. I'm trusting my gut instinct. I'm listening to the voice of my soul, and I'm going to pursue this, and I'm going to be fearless because I know deep down that this is what I'm meant to be doing right now in this season of my life. So I feel like this is that kind of week where you have to really remind yourself that, like, this is what I'm meant to be doing right now, and I do not need to fear anything because I'm doing what I'm meant to be doing. When we are pursuing our purpose, when we are moving with pure intention, when we are walking down a path with the intention to align with our highest potential, when we are doing things and investing our time and energy into really aligning with our soul's purpose in this lifetime, we are divinely supported in that, and that's why we can be fearless. We have nothing to fear. We are divinely guided. We are angelically protected. We are moving to the beat of our own drum and just being very unapologetic about that. And it's like we have to almost pep talk ourselves. So this could be very much so like pep talk type of week, but let's see how this reading continues to unfold, and we may gain more clarity on these two cards. So should there be any obstacles this week, what energy do you recommend that we align with? Should there be any obstacles this week, any challenges, what energy do we align with? Okay. Focus. This is a week to really be focused. And honestly, when we catch ourselves being confronted with a challenge or being confronted with an obstacle, and we start to feel fear, we start to feel anxious, we start to feel worried, or any emotion of the like, reground yourself, recenter yourself, and refocus. Really, really be focused. And again, have that pep talk with yourself, like, I'm listening to my soul, I'm listening to my instincts. I gotta stay focused on my vision. I gotta stay focused on my mission. I gotta stay focused on why I decided to pursue this path in the first place. So I highly recommend that, you know, those of us who do choose to pursue an unconventional life with the intention to align with our highest potential, we have our intentions or our purpose or our why. When I say our why, I mean like our reasoning for why we're doing what we're doing written down somewhere, so that whenever we are confronted with a challenge or an obstacle, whether it's emotional, physical, mental, whatever case, you know, whatever kind of blockage that may come up, we can refer back to what we wrote down and remind ourselves and refocus on our mission. And in regards to knowing that this is a mission, knowing that this is a journey, knowing that this is going to be something that is going to take time, right? Because since, you know, the world that we live in has made it so difficult for people to freely pursue what they love, to confidently go after what they feel called to do, it's made the journey harder, and it's made the process longer, and it's made us have to go through a lot of healing work while being in the pursuit of our dreams, of our calling, of our goals. And we're being reminded that we have to remind ourselves that this is a voyage. This is like, you know, when I think of like a voyage, I think of like, you know, when you are on a ship and you're looking for a treasure out in an island, and you're going to go through this voyage to get there, and there's going to be obstacles, and there's going to be uncertainties and things that come up that are unknown. That is, you know, how our paths are going to be, and it's okay. Like, we are built for this. The fact that we are being called and being led to go down this path, like, the universe, the divine, our angels, ancestors, spirit guides wouldn't lead us down this path if we weren't going to be supported by them. If they didn't know that we were built for this, that we can do this, that we can overcome. I think this is the first time that I pull this voyage card, and whenever that happens, I just like always want to look at the booklet to see what it says. So let's see what the booklet says about the voyage card. Let's see. So in the card, we do see a humpback whale, and we also see a full moon there. So I find that really interesting. So it says, get ready. You are about to embark on a journey. It might be an inner sojourn or an outer voyage to a distant land. Distant land being like our dreams, our goals, manifesting like the vision that we see of like how we're living our lives, our best lives. You know, like that is like the distant land that we are voyaging towards. It might be a project or idea that is coming to life, but most certainly you are an intrepid traveler sallying forth into the unknown. Where do you want to go? What have you always wanted to do or be? This is the time to make it happen. Get prepared. Have a clear vision of what you want to experience, and also be prepared for the unexpected. That is part of the exhilaration of being a traveler. Remember to enjoy the journey as much as reaching the destination. So we are being called to be fearless and to be strong and to stand strong in embarking the voyage towards our highest potential. And for those of us who may have already been doing the work to pursue our own path, our own unique path, paving our own path, like taking the road less traveled, you know, like we just gotta stay focused. We gotta keep going and remember that like it's a journey, it's a voyage. And you know, for those of you that are watching this and like may be on that brink of taking the leap but haven't fully taken the leap yet, but like are starting to feel like you are listening to the voice of your soul, and you're gaining clarity of like, okay, this is the direction that I want to go towards, or you're gaining clarity of like what it is that you don't want. Like that is as valuable as knowing what you do want. So what I recommend and what the universe is recommending to you all is to like really get clear. And this goes for all of us, you know, like this week, may it be a week where we revisit our goals and our desires and like really get clear on what it is that they are, really get super specific on it so that we do know what it is that we are working towards. Because y'all, when we choose this unconventional path, like there are going to be voices that are going to try to deter us and put us down and hold us back. And like, we really gotta be warriors in our, you know, journey towards really what it is manifesting a fulfilling life. Like every time I think about the life that I'm trying to manifest, what it truly is like, I'm just trying to be out here feeling completely fulfilled every single day. When I wake up being excited for what I have going on in the day to come, and when I go to bed feeling completely fulfilled with how I spent my day, how I'm living my life. And y'all, with this, you know, full moon that we are going to be experiencing this week, it's like that is the marking of like a cycle coming to completion, of us reaching the end of our journey and embarking on a new one. So it's gonna be that week, y'all. It's gonna be that week, y'all, where it's like, gotta take the leap. Gotta take the leap and really follow the voice of your soul. Know that, you know, your ancestors are guiding you. Look up to the stars for guidance. Look to the North Star like our ancestors did, using the stars for guidance. And know that you are being highly and divinely supported and loved and guided along the way. And that's why it's, y'all, so important to stay focused, to stay grounded more than ever. If you have been following like spiritualists and stuff, like you may have noticed that one thing that a lot of us have been emphasizing is that right now it's really important for us to remain grounded and to remain centered, because there's a lot of disheveling out there. There's a lot of dismantling. There's a lot of uprooting. And we got to make sure that we ourselves are prioritizing and are doing the work to remain grounded within ourselves, to remain grounded in our own vision, to remain focused, to remain centered, and to not allow all these all these external energies that are around us to affect us, to lower our vibration, to deter us from following the voice of our soul, from going and walking down our divine path. Man, it's gonna be a pivotal week. I'm really excited. Really excited. Like, believe in yourself, and know that you are, like, these messages that we are receiving from Source, we're not being led astray. We're not being led astray. So find comfort in that. What should we focus on healing? What should we focus on healing this week? Okay, these two jumped out. We got creativity, healing our creativity, while also healing sacred space, holding a sacred space for ourselves so that we can do that grounding work. Y'all, if you have not prioritized, squeezing into your calendar, into your daily routine, a moment of holding sacred space for yourself, to really check in with yourself and ask yourself, like, how am I really feeling right now in this moment? Where are my thoughts leading me today, right now, in this moment? Like, just really having those moments of checking in with yourself, that is a grounding practice. Like, throughout the day, just checking in with yourself, holding that sacred space for yourself. And something that's coming up for me in the imagery of this card, when it comes to creativity and healing our creativity, one thing that is really important for us creatives, those of us who do really creative work, those of us who are being creative in the sense of pursuing our own path, of walking down a path less traveled that, like, hasn't really been created before, and we are creating it for ourselves, is foundation. Because when we have foundation, we're able to build on upwards. When we have a strong foundation for our creativity, we are able to stack. We are able to grow upwards from there. But it is so important for us to be able, if we are trying to reap the rewards of having the abundance of being able to stack more onto our lives, we have to have this strong foundation. So, that is something, if we are seeking creative abundance in our life, we make sure that we are holding sacred space even for our creativity, and we are prioritizing healing for our creativity with the intention to create that strong foundation. So, what is your foundation? Is your root, is being grounded, is remaining centered. Something that has been coming up for me again is doing a lot of root chakra work. A lot of people want to get into, like, working with chakras and doing, your sacral chakra, your crown chakra, people getting excited to activate their third eye. But it's like, you always want to work upwards. Just like in this card is working upwards, like, you want to begin with a balanced root chakra, because if you activate your third eye or your crown and you are not centered in your root and your root chakra is not grounded and balanced, then when you open your third eye or when you activate these higher chakras, it's not going to be really like the liberating experience that you're seeking. I've even heard of people who have activated their third eye and haven't had a balanced root chakra or weren't grounded, and ended up having like really actually scary experiences with the awakening that comes with the third eye. Like, this is a practice. Like, we really got to build upwards, and we have to remember just how important our foundation is. All right, this is a really good reading. I gotta make sure that it is actually being recorded, because as y'all know, and as I've mentioned before, like, I've had some technical difficulties sometimes with these recordings, where I'll finish like a whole reading and it's like, I'll look at my phone. I'm still, small YouTuber status over here recording with their phone. And then it just like wasn't recording, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I have to redo this reading. But like, I always love recording like while I'm pulling the cards, so you guys are like really in this with me. Okay, so it is still recording. Let me get back to this message, this reading. Okay. So, y'all, listen to, root chakra healing tones, binaural beats. They are accessible on YouTube. They are accessible on apps. I've mentioned the Insight Timer app, where I myself have free meditations that are available there. One of which is a cord cutting meditation, which also helps you remain centered and remain grounded and remain focused, and making sure that you are not absorbing external energies that are, holding you back, that are keeping you stagnant, that are bringing density into your life in any way, shape, or form. You want to make sure that you are practicing energetic hygiene and doing a cord cutting practice, listening to a cord cutting meditation, which again is one of the meditations that I have available on the Insight Timer app. And by the way, just want to say that a lot of people have really been loving the cord cutting meditation that I published on there. So I highly recommend that is something that you look into. Okay, what should we focus on surrendering this week? What should we focus on surrendering? What should we focus on surrendering in light of this full moon that we have coming up? Okay, so this seems like, okay, this seems like, a specific surrendering for some of you who may have been holding on to unhealthy relationships, or have been confronted with unhealthy relationships from the past, or have already been doing the work to release unhealthy relationships, but still have remnants of it in your life. We've got surrender unhealthy relationships, and we also got surrender resentments, which I feel like goes hand in hand. For resentments, we got holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward towards positive situations in your life. Resentments, y'all, are going to hold you back. They are going to bring stagnancy to your life. So if you need to get clear on this full moon and set the intention to release resentments, the way that you're going to do that is by becoming aware of what those resentments are exactly, and perhaps who they are towards, and really work towards forgiving either yourself or the other person. And something that I always bring up is like, if you are struggling to forgive someone, focus on forgiving yourself first, because often when we can't forgive someone else, it's because we have to do some self-forgiveness first. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. Both of these are telling us that by letting go of resentments, by letting go of unhealthy relationships, we are aligning towards positive situations and positive people. And literally, that is what source, what universe, what our angels, ancestors, spirit guides, the sacred ones, the universe, is what it's trying to lead us towards. Like, literally just this beautiful, abundant, fulfilling, positive, uplifting, high vibrational life that we deserve, that is your birthright. Like I said, you know, we live in a world where, unfortunately, us humans created these structures and these communities and societies and governments where we've created a lot of stagnancy for a lot of people. We've created a lot of limitations for a lot of people. We've created a lot of self-imposed density and low vibrational situations and environments, and that is not divine. That is not the divine world that we were birthed naturally into. That is not natural law. That is not natural order. That is not the natural way of being. Like, we literally came to this abundant life. Like, even like, just observe nature around you. Like, you know, the abundance of like the trees and the greenery and the plants that just like continue to grow and continue to grow even through all the damage that we have imposed on nature. Like, look how resilient and abundant it continues to be. Look at like all we've been gifted on our planet to be able to survive, the water, the abundance of water, the, you know, whenever there's a scarcity of nature in a certain part of the world, it's because that was something that, again, humans imposed onto the planet, onto that area, onto people, onto these places. And that's why, like, that's one of the reasons why we say, like, we are reawakening. We are, you know, there's like the woke people who are awake. We're like, we know that this is the natural way of living. We know that abundance is our birthright. We know that a joyful life, a fulfilling life, a beautiful life, a positive life is the life that we deserve, and is a life that is divine, that is divinity. And we got to do the work. That's just how it is. But it also is like a really beautiful self-evolution and journey and voyage that is really, really rewarding. But again, you know, making sure that we are smelling the flowers along the way. We are cherishing all the beautiful moments of growth and awakening that we experience throughout the journey, not just being so fixated on the arrival towards our destination. It's this continuous evolution that we are going to be experiencing, not only in this lifetime, but in all the lifetimes to come. I feel like I went on a tangent, but y'all, for those of you that need to hear this, you've gotta let those people go, okay? Like, dysfunction is not pure love, you know? Like, let those unsure people go. Indecision is a decision. You deserve people who are available. You deserve people, you know, like, you've got to really take a look at, like, who am I becoming, and what does my higher self that I'm stepping into reflect? I myself, to give you an example, like, the higher self that I'm stepping into is someone who is emotionally available, someone who is available to invest time and energy, sacred time and energy, into relationships, but they have to reflect the same thing in return. So the higher self that I am embodying, I am holding space for mirror reflections of that higher aspects of myself. So no shade, but like, if you cannot match those mirror reflections of myself that I've worked so hard towards embodying and reflecting within myself, then I gotta set boundaries. I gotta be mindful of that, because I'm dedicated to following the voice of my soul, to manifesting this beautiful life that I deserve, and really remaining on this divine path and remaining focused and being this warrior. Again, this is warrior-like energy, to surrender unhealthy relationships, to be courageous enough to release resentments, you know, like, again, surrendering resentments, and the act of forgiveness, being forgiving others for hurting you, for doing whatever it is that they did, is unconventional. It's the uncommon. It is common, it is normal for people to hold on to grudges, to be resentful, to be unforgiving. Part of the enlightenment in this awakening journey is to realize that forgiveness is something that is just going to come easier and easier to you, because you are so dedicated to prioritizing your own well-being. Like, forgiving others isn't necessarily an act of you allowing those kinds of actions that they did to be okay. Like, it's not that you're allowing it, you know. Forgiveness doesn't necessarily mean acceptance. It's just forgiveness because you know that holding on to the resentment, holding on to the density and the low vibrational energy that comes with resentment is just not worth it for you. Like, you love yourself too much to be resentful. You love yourself too much to not be a forgiving person. Like, when you are doing these cord cutting practices, when you are surrendering and letting go, you have to be able to forgive. When you are protecting your auric field and you are detaching yourself from external energies, you have to be able to forgive. You have to be able to have that fearlessness and strength to let go with ease. So those are the things that we gotta focus on surrendering this week. There's so much I can say about all of this, but hopefully you guys are all finding resonance and peace and understanding and clarity and what it is that I've been saying. I'm like trying not to make these videos too long. What is our affirmation for this week? What are our affirmations 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 for this week? One more card. One of them already jumped out. What are affirmations for this week? What are affirmations for this week? Maybe we're just meant to have one. Maybe we're just meant to have one affirmation. Okay, no, we're not, because this other one that came out, okay, the one that jumped is the past is over. Here we are, y'all. This is the week of moving on, of moving forward, of moving past, of letting go. You know, the past is over. This is a new day, one that I have never lived before. I stay in the now and enjoy each and every moment. That's the thing that comes with remaining grounded and centered too, is like remaining in the present moment. When you are centered, when you are grounded, you are in the present moment. You are not attached to the past. You are not fixated on the future. You are here right now in this moment, acknowledging the newness that is today, and making the most of this beautiful life. The other one that came out is my life is a mirror. Y'all, I was just talking about mirror reflections. Hello. My life is a mirror. The people in my life are really mirrors of me. This affords me the opportunity to grow and change. Often, you know, one way that we can work on ourselves, one way that we can confront ourselves and take note of what it is that we need to heal is by observing who we're surrounded by, the type of people that surround us. You know, if we are surrounded by people who complain all the time, ask yourself, like, is that a mirror reflection of me? Like do I complain all the time? You know, like just being really observant and reflectional in that way, not judgmental of the other person, but using it as an opportunity to ask yourself why you attracted that type of energy into your life to begin with, you know? Okay, y'all. I hope that you all enjoyed this energy reading. I just want to express gratitude to our angels, ancestors, spirit guides who delivered these messages. I'm so grateful to receive these messages and to relay these messages to you. Again, I pray that those that are meant to receive these messages, whether it's one of them or all of them, align with this video. And if you did not resonate completely with this reading, then I recommend that you refer back to this reading as the week progresses and see if you gain some clarity from it. I definitely revisit my readings throughout the week and find myself gaining clarity. And also, it's almost like a grounding practice for me as well, because like I'm remembering, okay, I'm supposed to surrender in healthy relationships. Like that was a part of the reading. That was a part of the message for this week. Like, okay, I'm on the right path. This is what I'm meant to do. So to make it easier for you all to navigate this reading, I'm going to be leaving time stamps in the description below so that you can go to any specific card if there is a specific card that you want to go to. Again, thank you all so much. I'm so grateful. Shout out to growth, shout out to healing, shout out to all of us who are pursuing our own paths, who are really dedicating ourselves to traveling on the road less traveled, who are really dedicated to following the voice of our soul and manifesting a life that is uniquely ours, that aligns with our soul's purpose and leads us to our highest potential. Shout out to us. And if you enjoyed this video and you're not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on next week's reading, and you also don't miss out on my weekly videos that I share throughout the week. So I love you all. I'm so grateful for you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for healing. Thank you for doing all the self-work that you've been doing. I will see you in my next video. Bye, y'all.